Facebook is trying to reconnect me. I see. All right, it looks like we're live here today, and I know I was sorry about running out yesterday, so I wanted to make sure I got everybody, and we got back to it today. All right, so here we go. We are live here, and I just want to make sure everybody's there. We got the live chat going, and I'm going to throw this up here. Let me see. Yes, we are live. I typed that in the chat just to make sure. Okay, so we got it, and everything is good. All right, so hopefully you guys are tuning in today, but I don't want to talk about me. I don't want to talk about what I've been doing. I don't want to talk about the course per se right now. What I want to do is I want to talk about your stories as they pertain to cancer. So if you or somebody in your family has been dealing with cancer, I know that it's painful. I know sometimes you don't want to talk about it. But what I do want to do is enable you guys to get it out. Let this be an outlet so you can talk about certain things, because I'm never, ever get tired of hearing the stories of people with their cancers, people who are going through something. And I know sometimes you want to talk about it, but there's nobody to talk about it to, because people are very superficial. They don't want to talk about certain things. So that's what I want to do. But before we get to that, we're going to ask where everybody is from this morning, because I love hearing about it. All right. So I wouldn't ask you guys to do anything that I haven't done myself. So I'm going to tell you, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. If you guys don't know where that is, it's the southern part of Illinois, right next to the Mississippi River, right across the river from St. Louis, which is now one of the highest violent rates in the country. It used to be East St. Louis. Now it's St. Louis. See, you can't go anywhere nowadays. You go down the street, you might get got. So you have to be careful. All right. Now let's see where everybody's from. All right. Martell, I see you. I can hear and see you well. Good stuff. Hey, Coach. Kenneth, I appreciate you, man. Carlos is back. Kenneth is back. I like that. God bless you, Alvin, and everyone out there. All right. Mark. All right, from London, UK. All right, we've reached across the water. I love it. Martell Lacey, Houston, Texas. I really do appreciate you showing up. Very good, very good. So we got Houston, Texas in the house. All right, I know there's some more of you on here. Oh, man, they're coming in fast. I see. So I saw that some of you actually went all the way to the order page, and I appreciate you guys for that. I know some people got scared because they saw that huge price on there, that $2,000. But if you put in the coupon code, it ain't nowhere near that. So I'm just letting you know. All right. So I know I did that on purpose, but I should have shown people. I got the big price up there, and they think they're going to pay that once they click on the button, but not true. So just a little heads up. All right. So now that you guys are here this morning, and now that we're into this, I'm still want to hear where people are from. So I love your videos. Trini Honey, thank you. I appreciate that. We got Linz, okay, from Italy. Veneto, Italy. Wow. All right, again, across the water. I love this, okay? Now, I want to ask Linz a question. Linz, do you guys in Italy, do you guys partake of a lot of oils when you eat your food, like extra virgin olive oils and like avocado oils and things like that? I just want to know. Just so let me know. Michelle from Arkansas. All right, we got Florida in the house. Dexter Lee, love your work, brother. Thank you, Dexter, from Indianapolis. All right, one of my best friends in the world is in Indianapolis. All right, I mean, no, not Indianapolis, Minneapolis. He is in Minneapolis. I thought that's what I saw. So I kind of know. I've been there a couple of times. All right, so went there to visit one time. So I kind of like the city out there. I just don't like the chill, man. It gets cold. All right, that's why I'm out here in the desert, man. I'm loving the desert heat out here. I'm a person. I love heat. That's the reason I moved out here. I'm next to California, but don't have to deal with the California traffic. All right, so we got another one. All right, Bristol in the UK. Wow, we got a lot of people from overseas. I love it. All right, so love your videos. MA, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Sweet Lady, Atlanta, GA. Sometimes, all right. So Lentz says, yes, sometimes they use the oils. All right. And I only asked that, Lentz, because I wanted to know if they actually, if you've noticed anything as far as your lymphatic system, as far as your endocrine system, because oils, no matter what kind they are, with the exception of a few, and extra virgin olive oil is one that you can use pretty pretty much on a daily basis. But as far as the oils, they tend to be endocrine disruptors, especially if it's processed oil like we do over here in America. All right, so that's why I advocate people stay away from it. Loving your passion on healing, not stealing. All right, sweet lady, I appreciate that. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, we got more people coming in. Look at this. All right, so let us know where you're from. Everybody's given their location. I already told you mine, East St. Louis, Illinois. I know. Hello from Germany. All right, Tahir is all the way from Germany. My goodness, we got people coming from everywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, now, like I said, today is not going to be about me. It's going to be about you. And I want to know if anybody in your family is dealing with a cancer, if it's you, if it's somebody in your family, I would just like you to kind of give the story of that, because I want other people to know how people go through this cancer thing and how much it can be a hindrance to your life, how it can completely destroy what you thought in your mind was going to be a great life, but all of a sudden now you have to live this altered life because you no longer have, I guess, the rest of your life to live. So, and that's heavy on people. So if you guys don't have any stories, I got a couple of my own. So I just wanted to tell you in video 2, which is actually out today. My story, I am telling my story on video 2. So if you guys have not signed up for the list and you guys are not watching the videos, I actually tell my story in there, and I try to lay it out for you. I try to lay it out because I wanted to hit as many parts as I could that you guys could relate to, because I know sometimes when you hear that news, you react in different ways. Some people are in disbelief, some people break down, some people just, they go on about their business as if nothing ever happened and they just let happen what it may. I like that, but I wanted to make sure I didn't die from it, so I took another route. So hopefully you guys will see that. So here we go. Let's see. All right. So, all right. From Kentucky. All right. Eye cancer. Ex-wife had eye cancer. Dayton, Ohio. I got you. Birmingham, New York. Love your work. Blessings to you. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Mark, eye cancer, the ex-wife. Michelle, excellent video series. I love it, Michelle. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, now let's go ahead and hear, Mark, if you could explain a little bit more about the eye cancer, because that's a rare one. All right, usually cancer doesn't strike the eye, but in this case, it might have been a tumor that actually came from somewhere else, like a metastasis or something like that. So I wish I could, YouTube doesn't allow me to do that. I wish I could pull people in and have you guys say something about what you are doing. And let me see. All right. Okay, so let me see. Sweet lady, mother died from leukemia, which is a blood cancer. Friend's mom diagnosed last week with leukemia. Hasn't chosen chemo yet. Well, I would advocate she get the course and start working on that instead of doing the chemo, because any natural method that you do after chemo or radiation or pharmaceutical drugs is actually going to work a lot less. It's going to be less effective if you wait and you do it afterwards. I had this happen with I can't say her name. I can't say where she works, but she works for a Fortune 5 company, meaning one of the top companies in the world, multi-billion-dollar company. And she found me on the internet, and she was just like, I like the way you talk. I like the way you do things. So I want you. I don't want a doctor. And we got together and we dealt with a breast cancer that she was dealing with. Now, that breast cancer was going away, and it was all but non-existent, but they threatened to revoke her insurance if she continued with the natural treatments. And I could not believe that when she told me that. So we do have a relationship on the phone. I don't call her up every day. I don't call her, every week to see how she's doing, but she lets me know every once in a while that things are going well. And even though she still does a chemo treatment every now and then to keep her insurance, she's still on the natural methods. So I am so happy that she is. So can't say any names, but okay. All right, so Trini Honey, she says, praise God, but ex-cancer are in. Oh, I know. You probably saw that on a daily basis, and that's heart-wrenching stuff. All right, Carlos, with colon cancer issues, should I worry about cholesterol levels? No, you should not, Carlos. There's almost no such thing as bad cholesterol. The only thing you can do is lopside your cholesterol. And if you lopside it to the good side, it doesn't matter. But if you lopside it to the bad side, it kind of eats you up. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. When we talk about cholesterol, we're talking about the hormone that you are sucking off of fat in order to build your hormones throughout your body. Okay, so that's what cholesterol is needed for. That's why bile breaks down fat in your small intestine so that you can absorb the cholesterol and use it to make it's the master steroid, all of the hormones within your body. So if that is the case, you having low cholesterol, especially during a cancer diagnosis, is extremely bad. Okay, let me just say it like that. Your body will break down faster, allowing the cancer to penetrate deeper. And this is what I want to get to as far as the cancer stories. When you have a cancer and the cancer is in a joint, in a bone, in a pancreas, wherever, if that organ starts breaking down, the cancer has free reign to now go in and penetrate deeper and destroy that organ, ending your life if it's a vital organ. So that's what we do not want to happen. And that's exactly what happens when you don't have any white blood cells after you go through chemo treatment or radiation. That's what happens when you break down the organ itself. You allow the cancer to proliferate. And at the same time, you're taking drugs which build up as byproducts, which allows the cancer to penetrate deeper. You can't do it. All right. So I have no idea what the idea is behind it, because it definitely ain't science. I'll tell you that. People keep yelling about science, science, science. There ain't no science behind it. All right. So let's see. We got ocular melanoma. Wow. Cancer of the eye. My goodness. All right. Now, if you guys don't know what a melanoma is, oma means tumor, melan means black. All right. So it is a black cell that keeps eating the cells around it, and it keeps proliferating, ultimately in the eye, resulting in blindness. Now, can you get to it? Yes, you can get to it, and you can do it like any other tissue, but your eye is the most sensitive tissue. So it gets nutrients first. So when you start doing protocols like the one that's in this course, you guys are going to notice that stuff is going to start clearing up, and hopefully it hasn't gone to the point where you can't get your vision back. That's what I don't want it to get as far as, because eye tissue is nervous tissue and it's sensitive. So once you break it down and lose it, it's very hard to get back, if at all. Okay, so just to let you guys know. All right. Melissa, she says, hi, I like your videos. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Toxins from vitamin supplements, lymphatic system stalling, cyst present. I got to go back. Tyre. All right. Cyst present, negative cancer. Doctor says aspiration is the solution. Oh, no. My goodness. All right. Aspiration means punching a hole into your trachea so that you can breathe. All right. So I know. Now, it says toxins from vitamin supplements. Are these the hospitals' vitamin supplements that you're talking about? Because I want to know, because hospitals use derivatives, especially weakened versions, because the pharmaceutical companies, that's all they can get, because they won't let you have high potency in the hospital, because God forbid you might get better. Okay, that's why I always advocate high potency vitamins and minerals, because that's what works. That's what works. So let's do it. All right. I'm going to go to the next one here. Yes. Wait a minute. I'm 8.5 months pregnant, and I have a terrible eczema spot on my ankle that has worsened since the doctor injected the area with cortisone. Of course, cortisone breaks down cartilage, and if you have an infection of any kind around that area, it will get worse, because you now no longer have a defense or a wall that the virus has to fight through. Your wall is being broken down by the cortisone anyway. So cortisone, even though it stops the pain, it degrades tissue, and it definitely breaks down cartilage, because it stops something called proteoglycan production. All right, so that's what's needed. Those are the building blocks of your cartilage and your bone. And if you take medications like acetaminophen, if you're taking Aleve every day, if you're taking any kind of oral pain reliever, that's what you're doing to your body. So that's why the lesion is getting worse, because the cortisone is making it so that it can spread. Okay, good. Hood to Hood 1000. I love it. I have a friend going in for your second chemo treatment for leukemia and has 7 more treatments. I know they usually schedule for at least 7. Should he cancel his other treatments, or is it too late? No, the more you do, the worse it is. So I would say, even if you weren't going to do the course that I have available, I would say stop it, and then you would go a natural route anyway. But I know that people want, the only reason I would say you would ever ever do chemo is if you believe that it will prolong your life. And like if you're going to die tomorrow or this week, you could prolong your life. But I don't think that chemo can do that anyway, because the survival rates that they give as far as talking about how it's improving, that's all based on 28 days. Meaning that when they say, oh, somebody's a cancer survivor, it means that after they started treatment, from the day they started to 28 days later, they lived. So according to their statistics, they're a success story. But if they die on day 29, doesn't affect us, and they keep on moving. So it's no science behind any of this. So I just want you guys to get the facts on this, but I would say stop it, hood to hood, because especially Black people, when you talk about African Americans and the healthcare system, let me tell you this: anytime that you guys go in for a procedure, I don't know how this happened, and it seems almost like a conspiracy, but I won't go that far. But it seems like Black people are affected the worst. Now, this is the problem. Even with vaccines, the MMR vaccine causes autism 640% more in African-American boys and 300% more in African-American girls than any other demographic that gets a vaccine. How did that happen? It sounds like we were being targeted, right? Right. But I can't say it's a conspiracy because I don't exactly see anybody, doing this behind closed doors, but it's happening. So it leads me to no other conclusion than to think that there's somebody out to get us. All right. So just look at the facts. Even in hospital procedures, you'll notice that African Americans die disproportionately more because, and this is one of the factors, we don't have the correct health care. When we go to the hospital, we don't get the same treatment as other races or other minorities, even when we go to the hospital. So that's something we have to look out for. Being Black History Month, I guess that's a good tip. All right. Good stuff. Focused on the truth. Thank you for coming back. All right. It's been 2 years. Wait a minute. I lost it. It's been 2 years with terrible scarring, and any information will help. Also, having a natural, unassisted birth at home. Feed my brain. I'm hungry. All right. So focus on the truth. I would say if you can, get you a midwife so they can help you through the procedure. Midwives, you have to be careful though, because nowadays the midwives are actually carrying around a bag of drugs, and you want to do this as naturally as possible. So you want to use the birth canal. You don't want them all of a sudden charging you, thinking you're going to have a natural birth, and all of a sudden they're saying, oh no, we need to go to the hospital, and they're probably going to do a C-section because it's an emergency. All right. So I don't want them to bait and switch you like that. So make sure you get a real midwife, one who knows what they're doing. They can ease pain by natural methods. All right. So they can do massages. They can have you walk, sit or stand in certain positions. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Good. Yes. Organic flaxseed oil is good for cancer. Actually, it is. And here's the good thing. You can actually use flax seeds if you want to make it more potent. All right. Flaxseed and flaxseed oil together. Yes, they do assist with cancer, but you have to do some other things to make it more effective. All right. And I do go over that in the course. All right. If you guys don't, and I actually show you that in the course. So just so you guys can see it visually. All right, let me see. Oh, looks like Jay Rage. Thank you for coming in, man. It says, why is it that when I chew my food, my temple swells on both sides? What is the cause and how do I treat it? It sounds like you have a version of lockjaw. It usually means that when the bones are rubbing on the side where your mandible connects to your cranium, sometimes it does not sit properly. So when you open your mouth, it's rubbing against the back of the outside of your cranium. That causes swelling and inflammation because you got tissue in between there, and the tissue has nerves in it, and you will inflame those nerves, so it starts to swell. So I would highly not advocate surgery, but sometimes when you're sleeping and let's say, for instance, you got a stretched ligament on both sides, you might want to try to sleep with a mouthpiece that actually sets your jaw forward, so that over time, that jaw being set forward would actually stop the rubbing of the connection between the two. So hopefully, if you're willing to stick with it, that may, well, I can't say may. It probably will work over time. Okay, so try it out. Try it out. They got the mouthpieces on Amazon.com. I recommended that for somebody who had tremendous success with it, even with that, and for sleeping. All right, for sleeping better. Okay, good. Carlos. All right, his nose is running. Could this be an issue with his lungs? Yes, mucus production, it definitely can be. So if his nose is running, though, that means that he's doing good because mucus is meant as a protective mechanism to keep junk from getting down to the lungs. But that indicates that if his nose is running all the time, there may be a lung infection or a lung problem there. All right, so I do believe that is the case. Now, depending on it, you said he's 8. All right, so if your son is 8 years old, that means he can do steam, just water steam treatments to moisten up the airways in there, let the mucus flow a little bit, and hopefully he can flush some of that out by blowing his nose and doing that over a couple of days to get all of that mucus out of there. So if you want, you can, because he's 8 years old, you can do oil of oregano if you believe it's a bacterial infection of the lungs. So it's just a capsule that you can swallow, and it's extremely powerful. Essential oil, but you have to make sure they're not allergic to it. So I would say put some on his skin first, all right, just to make sure, because you can break the capsules open, but it's usually non-harmful because organic essential oils are usually hardly ever allergenic. Okay, so we'll see that. Good. All right, here we go. Helping with cerebral palsy. Very nice. All right. So do I have any tips for cerebral palsy? Yes, I do. As far as cerebral palsy, what it is you have an interruption in brain function there, and cerebral palsy will cause, depending on what part of the brain is affected, you will have a different type of cerebral palsy. One is called rigidity, then you have athetoid. There's I think like 3-4 other parts of the brain that are affected that actually you will have with that. But in that particular procedure, we're lacking your master steroid. That is cholesterol. Anytime that I see anybody with a brain condition, if they have low cholesterol, I pretty much assume that is the culprit. Okay, so I would say get those systemic enzymes, take your omega-3 fats and fish oils, especially for this one, and you might see a tremendous difference in the way that the cerebral palsy is shaking out as far as them developing or living their whole life with it. Okay, good enough. Regenerate cartilage. All right, I mean business. All right, you move. All right, the biggest neural input you will ever have to your brain, and as far as regenerating cartilage, is movement. Now, do you have to have building blocks? Yes, they're called proteoglycans, and those are the building blocks of your cartilage. But those are found in your blood, especially if you're eating a nice organic fruit and vegetable diet, along with getting your vitamins and minerals. That cartilage can be easily regenerated, but you have to stretch out the joint so that the blood can get in there so you can do the repair. So good enough. Hey, Alvin. All right. Goldmouth, she's back. Goldmouth 100. All right. I see you. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to move to the bottom. These are coming in fast. Wow. All right. So let me see. Okay. Hood to hood. I appreciate that. All right. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, we got it. I'm so against any vaccines, and yes, they are dangerous. So this is Lisa. My oldest son almost died. 3 ER doctors almost couldn't help him. No, because when the problem is internal, you can't uninject it. So that's true. Now, you have to think about something with vaccines. We are naturally, we're going right by your body's defense systems with a vaccine. You see, with a vaccine, you stick the needle right in your arm, right into the bloodstream. You see, the reason you have a mucous membrane in your nose, on your anus, in your mouth, any hole leading to the inside of your body is covered with a mucous membrane. It's because it's supposed to catch things, analyze them before they get any further to a major system. If you just stick the poison right past into your bloodstream, you can't get it out. So all you can do is hope that his immune system is strong enough in order to fight off the poisons that were just injected into his body. Now, what I could do, I can't advocate this for anybody else. If my job was requiring me to get a vaccine or something like that, I would have to really go get the signature forged or whatever, because I might do it myself. But I'm not taking any vaccines. All right. You're not going to make me do a job or try to hold me to employment or make my taxes due based on a vaccination. All right. It's just not going to happen. So if we have a problem with that, we will have a problem with that. But I am not getting vaccinated for anybody for any reason. That's me. Now, you guys can do whatever you want. I can't tell you what to do. But I'm saying I don't want a needle touching my skin, and it's not. Okay, so if I got to go and give me some nice fabricated paperwork, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's just a joke for anybody who's listening. All right, here we go. All right, cataracts. Melissa Fuentes is asking about cataracts. Cataracts, you can remember your lens in your eye is just tissue like any other tissue. It can be fixed like any other tissue. So you clean up your diet, flush out your system, and your cataracts will go away. All right, you don't need to get surgery. You don't need cataract replacement, anything like that. Your body will replace it. Cells are replaceable because the lens itself is not actually in the nervous system. It's not made out of nerves. It's tissue, and tissue can be replaced. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for the info. No problem, Jay. No problem at all. Okay, I'm back down to the bottom. All right, Ricky Allen. Ricky is in here. Kira, I see you. All right, feeding my spirit through the word of God. I like that. Just stopped in to say hello. All right, how you doing, Kira? I really do appreciate that. And please continue with your good work. Okay, so Ricky, when I work out running, I'm sick for hours, even days, with extreme nausea. Doctor put a camera in my stomach, but they seen nothing. You need help. Okay, now as far as the extreme nausea, that usually comes when you work out hard anyway, especially at the beginning of a workout regimen. So that's normal. However, if it lasts for 2 days, like you said, or maybe even 3 days, that's getting into the area where your stomach sounds like it's stripped of acid. So if that is the case, then that means we're going to have to get your acid production up. That is easy because that can be done with greens. Now, people who work out tend to live on protein shakes and things like that, things that are formulated in a laboratory instead of eating fresh organic fruits and vegetables and then throwing in supplements as a cohesive measure, but you can't live off protein powders and stuff like that because it's not the best for your stomach acid. All right, so you need real food. That's what your stomach is designed to do. It's designed to break down food, not chemically enhanced or chemically designed designer drugs, that kind of stuff to make you bigger or stronger, faster, whatever. So just remember that when you do, you're going to notice that when you start doing the fresh fruit and vegetable smoothies, stuff like that, then nausea is going to go away, and it's going to go away quickly. Okay, and it should as soon as you start absorbing. Speaking of that, make sure you're absorbing. Make sure your colon is clear so you can absorb the stuff that I'm talking about, and hopefully your nausea will go away quite quickly. That should be like an immediate thing. Like within a few hours, you should see the difference. Okay, so let me know what you're doing and if that'll work for you. Let's try it for a few days. I'm going to be on here all week, so I want to know. So do the progress, and then we'll see. All right. Do you have a protocol for food allergies? All right. Now, food allergies, yes. I would say the first one is to stop getting vaccinated. Usually in vaccines, they have people, nowadays you have to ask people when they come to your party, what can't you have? I've never heard that. When we were growing up and we were in the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, you never had to ask anybody what can I put in my dessert when I bring it to the party because people are allergic to it. Vaccines are doing that because it's destroying your response and your antibodies. So you're getting the antibodies, but the very chemicals that you're putting into your body through that same vaccine are actually causing you to be more susceptible to the vaccine you just got the shot for. So the flu vaccine is making you more susceptible to getting the flu. Doesn't make sense, does it? But if you look at the science behind it, it makes perfect sense. Because you are going to go into a positive feedback loop. So that's number one. But I like that. All right. So do you advocate distilled water fasting? Oh yeah. I mean business, go for that. Yes, that works. And you will see people think that when you stop eating and you only go water, your energy level will drop. It will for a day or two. And then it shoots up. All right, and your body starts getting rid of cancer through fasting too, which is another method I'm going to show you inside the course as well. All right, so good stuff. We're going to utilize that. Wait a minute. I got to make sure I got it. Yes. Food allergies. All right, now for the food allergies, the next thing besides getting away from the vaccines is if you have a food allergy, it was developed. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't care if you were born with it. Your parents may have developed it and you were inherited with it. All right, now just because you got it from your parents does not mean you're stuck with it. All right, it's not genetic. It wasn't passed down through your genes. It was passed down as a developmental trait that you are now living with, even if you were born with it. So can we get rid of it? Yes, you just have to flush your system. Now, when I say flush your system, people think I'm talking about a colonic. Nope, all of it. You flush your colon, you flush your tissues, you flush your liver. That's how you get rid of a food allergy. And you have to do it consistently. But if you do it consistently, in about a week, you're going to see that your allergy is going to start to subside. In about 2 weeks, you're going to notice it's gone. That's how fast it can work. I don't care if you've had it for 16 years. It can be gone in as little as 2 weeks. It's not a cancer, all right? It's a condition, and conditions, once you deal with the root cause, can be dealt with, okay? Good enough. Wait a minute. Hans said you look so pretty. See, I like the off-the-wall stuff. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you, Hans. All right, so here we go. The Moses beard. I know. It's getting a little thick. I might have to shave it down. I just wanted some hair on my face. I'm gonna get some shades and an afro, and I'm gonna see how I look. People say I look like Isaac Hayes when I do that. Do you guys see it? I don't know. All right. Tahir, Hans, you're in love with that. Gigi, is it okay to drink apple cider vinegar with ling in your water daily, or should you take a break some days? You should take a break, all right, because going the good way, because lemon and apple cider vinegar, that's good stuff for alkalizing your system. However, when you go and you do it for too many days in a row, the alkalinity, because it's so severe, and that's good. Alkaline is good. But if you go too alkaline, it turns into a bad thing. So remember that saying, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. It's good, but if you overdo it, it can become bad and have the same effect as the acidic stuff. All right, so you can't go too far. Like 7 to 10 in alkalinity, that's where you want to stay. Lemons are extremely harsh alkaline, which I love for cancer especially. But if you go past that and you're doing like 11s, 12s, your system will start breaking down and dissociating. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, good. All right, so. All right, how can we fix hay fever? That's an easy one. I would leave it alone. When you're talking about hay fever, you're talking about an allergic response to things or allergens that are in the air and it's being triggered by a certain response. Because that is the case, all you have to do is really flush to do that. You can do that with fruits and vegetables, vitamins and minerals, or you can do it with a Gaia Supreme cleanse, or you can do a saline wash and a liver detox flush. All right. All three of those will work for the exact same thing. You're not stuck with a hay fever, no matter what anybody tells you. Okay, you're not stuck with it. All right, good stuff. All right, do you discuss lupus in your book? I do. I don't think, not particularly as a topic, but some of the protocols that I have in my book will cure or get rid of lupus. All right, people, as far as lupus is concerned, lupus is a skin disease in which the skin starts detaching from the basement layer. And when it detaches, that means no more nutrients for the skin and the skin starts to die. So if that is the case and your skin is starting to peel away, or remember, you got skin on the inside too. So this can happen around your heart, around your spleen, around your liver. So you gotta be careful with getting that one cleaned up quickly, because if it happens internally, you're in trouble. So I want to make sure flushing is the best thing to do for lupus to get the toxins, because the basement layer is not separating for no reason. It's separating because there's a problem there. Okay. Good. Yes. All right. Ricky Allen. My sis has a brain tumor. What would you recommend? Thanks for the good info, good stuff. Thank you, Ricky. As far as a brain tumor is concerned, brain tumors are very serious. And no matter if it's malignant or if they tell you it's benign, because even if it's benign, which means non-cancerous, it still means that what they're going to do is they're going to try to go in and do surgery to take it out, or they're going to try to do shock therapy to kill the cancer cells, or they're going to do radiation, which actually is going to penetrate the cranium and not only kill the cancer, try to kill the cancer, but it's going to kill a whole bunch of brain cells too. So that's one thing we don't want. Now, the easiest way to get to the brain is because the brain needs nutrients. And the best thing to do is to supply your brain with those nutrients. However, if you have a brain tumor, alkalization of the fatty tissue of the brain is the best way to go. The best way I know to do that is doing and I'm going to tell you this, baking soda, 8 ounces of water and baking soda. Okay. Make sure they're not allergic to it. Water and baking soda, 8 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Dump the baking soda in, mix it up, drink it. All right. That's going to start decreasing the size of the tumor already. Now, what we're going to do is add so that fruits and vegetables, vitamins and minerals, so we can get the nutrients or minerals into her bloodstream. Once they do, I'm going to have you do something called a systemic enzyme. The one I use is Pro-1-zyme. And what it does is it's going to help incorporate those vitamins and minerals from the food that she's eating into the brain so that it can start fighting back on its own. So not only are you going to hit it from both sides and do the baking soda and the water by attacking the cancer directly, you're also going to do the vitamins and minerals that helps build the brain from underneath. So now as the cancer is dying, the brain is getting stronger, and now hopefully that tumor will shrink, go away, and all you got left is your brain with the tissue. Okay, so advanced technique, but it works. It works. All right. All right, reversing diabetes after a thyroidectomy doesn't. All right, so let me see, Desiree. All right, so Desiree, it doesn't matter if it's after a thyroidectomy, meaning your thyroid has been removed. It's the same. So the video I have on 30 days to end diabetes, it's the same procedure. However, if you don't have a thyroid, that means you're going to be on hormone replacement because you have nothing to balance your adrenal glands with, because that's what your thyroid was for. That's why no matter what the problem is, the thyroid is never the problem. Okay, the thyroid is reactive to something else going on in the body. All right, so that could be a misfire of the pituitary gland that's in your brain. It could be cell or chemicals being released because you're so stressed out. You've run out of cortisol, and now you're stealing cofactors from your thyroid, and thus the thyroid underproduces. Okay, it's bad stuff. All right, it's bad stuff. So the routine is the same. It's the same. So 30 days to end diabetes, even if you have a thyroidectomy, yes, you can get rid of it. Okay, good enough. All right. Baking soda and bicarbonate of soda, are they the same thing? Yes. Mark, they are the same thing. Good stuff. I know they refer to that in movies and stuff. I'll take a bicarbonate. Yes, that is it. That's actually that's the name of baking soda, hydrogen bicarbonate. That's the name of it. Yes. Sharon, excellent question. Very good. Yes. Kenners. All right. Kenners is on here. Thank you. Love the ties. All right. Thank you, Kenners. I know I try to get a nice selection in there. All right. Eventually, one day, somebody's going to start paying me for these. All right. So good stuff. All right. So I got down to the bottom. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Ali, I can't. That tends to be individualized to the human being, because some people, they like and they hold on to their nervous tics because it makes them unique. It makes them different. However, I don't see how or why, because I know it can be a hindrance to life when you have nervous tics. But as far as obsessive compulsive, I was that way. And the only thing that changed mine, and I'm going to be honest, I died on an operating table and then I didn't give a damn anymore. So when I passed out, and I was out for, I think it was, my mother said 3 minutes, and I was dead for those 3 minutes, and they brought me back, my whole outlook on life had changed, and I didn't have nervous tics anymore, because I was one of those people where I had to make sure every door was closed. I had to make sure there was no lint on the carpet. My shoelaces all had to be lined up perfectly. I had to have a crease in my pants. A shirt had to be ironed a certain way. I folded my clothes a certain way, everything. And to this day, I still do just like 2% of that stuff. But for the most part, I don't care anymore, because once you're dead and you know your life could have ended right then, you don't really care about trying to, I guess, fulfill these, like, I don't know, habits, tics that you feel are necessary to make life meaningful. It just doesn't matter anymore. So that's the only thing I could tell you. That's my experience with it. All right, molasses with baking soda for cancer. Worship, yes, I have. Okay, so it's just for taste. The molasses is so you don't have to taste that harsh apple cider vinegar go down. It's smoother going down. So, and people use molasses because it's harder to digest, meaning the apple cider vinegar will stay in your system longer. And the theory is supposed to be that it helps you more the longer it stays in your system. Now, if you have like a throat cancer or mouth cancer or something like that, or you feel like it's developing or you're coughing up blood, that's an excellent protocol. Excellent protocol. All right. All right. Yes. All right. So Michelle, she asked, can a high blood pressure patient take baking soda safely? All right. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. All right. So as far as blood pressure, we shouldn't be worrying about high blood pressure as far as baking soda, because if you have high blood pressure, it's your body's own safety mechanism to make sure you stay alive. When you take blood pressure medications, ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, vasodilators, those things for lowering your blood pressure, what happens is it's artificial. So your blood pressure looks great on the doctor's chart. However, now whenever all hell starts breaking loose with all the other organs, now you are on 20 different medications to supplicate all the ones you caused from the one thing you weren't supposed to mess with. Blood pressure is your body's way of keeping you alive. That's an extreme survival tactic by your body. If you take that away, you will die early. And I don't mean a couple years off the end of your life. I mean decades off the end of your life. Like you could drop dead today. Okay, so that's why I never advocate the medications that they give for lowering blood pressure ever. Yes, Tahir. All right. All right. So Carlos says, my mom takes a lot of supplements every day. Should we take breaks from supplements? No. The only ones I want you to take a break from are the metals. So if you're taking something like colloidal copper, colloidal silver, colloidal gold, that kind of stuff, yes, take a break from it because you're just hitting your liver. But if you're taking the vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, E, and you're doing all of these, the potassium, the chromium, the magnesium, the manganese, if you're doing all of those, keep doing them because your body requires them. They are essential nutrients. All right. So, and a B complex. And if you guys are, hopefully you are, get something with a full amino acid profile. And I'm gonna show you some of those tomorrow. All right. When I get back on the live stream tomorrow, I'm gonna try to do this at 10:30 tomorrow. Okay. And I'm gonna put on a live stream. Okay. So when I do, I'm going to try to get the stuff and I'm going to try to show you the stuff that has like an amino acid profile and stuff so you can pick those up. Okay. All right. So I have a tingling. All right. Gigi, the tingling usually comes along with Tahir. No, you can't overdose on vitamin E. You'll have some very healthy urine, but I want the most expensive urine I can get because that means that I'm full on all my other vitamins and nutrients. Now, Gigi, you said tingling in my toes. That sounds like the start of diabetic episode. Hopefully you're not approaching that and you're not diabetic. However, if you have tingling, it also could be a result of your diet causing a little bit of eczema because I had the tingling in my body as well. And it was when I ate fried foods. Fried foods, yes. So sometimes that is the culprit. And here's the bad thing. Even smelling fried chicken, fried things that have breading on them and you're dipping them in lard, if you smell that, it has the same effect as if you sat there and ate it. Wild stuff, ain't it? But it's tremendous what these things can do. And we just have no idea. We have no idea. Okay. All right. Xavier, can we take too many vitamins? No. All right. In my opinion, no. I take a lot of vitamins. And when I do, I take multivitamin. I take excess vitamin B complexes. I have one where I got some exotics in there. Exotics are things that are not, they're phytonutrients, but they're not required by your body, but they still benefit your body if you take them. So the exotics that I take, the stuff like cat's claw and it's not Moscato is a wine. I think it's in Makato. Things like that actually they're like herbs, like Bruce Lee was taking. All right, so I had no stomach problems. My urine still comes out good, but I don't take too many when I don't have to, I don't feel bad if I skip a couple of days of not taking vitamins because I do a fruit and vegetable smoothie every day. So I know they have vitamins and minerals that I'm going to use and I'm going to need. So I don't feel bad when I miss a day, miss a day or two, because I want to make sure. But when I go to the gym, I make sure I take my vitamins and even double up, because if you work out and you're short on vitamins, you could be killing yourself really fast. All right. So remember that sweat, what you got going when you're on the treadmill, when you're lifting weights, when you're really getting it in, that is leaking vitamins and minerals. And if you don't put those back, not with that bull Gatorade, when you put them back, when you do your fresh fruits and vegetable smoothies and your supplements, dump those in there too, you get your supplements or your vitamins and minerals back, and now your body parts, your brain, your heart, your lungs, your spleen, your liver, they can all work properly the way they're supposed to, even after you work out. Okay, now I can't stay on here any longer because it's already been about 50 minutes. I don't want to make these too long. I know you guys are in here asking questions, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, but this was supposed to be for cancer stories, and I don't mind getting off and answering other questions. But tomorrow I'm going to show you guys the things that I talked about, and I want to make sure that if you guys have any more questions, let me know tomorrow, and I will come back and I will answer those questions for you. So think of some tonight, write them down. Okay, and I'll get to them tomorrow and see can we get everybody's questions answered. But remember, this is supposed to be the stream for the cancer course. So if you guys have got anybody with cancer, have them come on, ask the questions, or ask the question for them so you can take them back the information. Okay, so I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, staying with me. I'm going to do this earlier tomorrow, so we're going to try to do 10:30 tomorrow. Okay, I know people around lunchtime. I don't know if this is a good time or not, but I was going to try to stay around the same time, but I want to try to get in early so I can do a little bit more questions, or maybe get to some people who did not have a chance to get on at this time today. So I'll talk to you guys later. I really do appreciate it. I see Ali, Mark, Gigi, Melissa, Claudine, Ali, Tahir, good, amped up, he's back. Xavier, Pete, yes, we got y'all. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so I just wanted to make sure, Goldmouth 100, all right, worship songs. All right, we got you all. So I appreciate you guys all stopping by. It's really been a pleasure. Please, I don't mind answering any questions that you have as long as I can get to them. So write them down, bring them back tomorrow, and at 10:30 we'll be on here again. I'll talk to you later. This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. So I'm going to get off of here. I really do appreciate you guys. All right, so have a good evening. If you have not signed up for the video series, do it right now, because the link is below this video, and go and watch the videos. And there are 4 videos to watch I've put together for you so you guys can watch these. So I know some of them I made dramatic. All right, they're dramatic, but I'm sure you'll appreciate those. So I'll talk to you later. Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. Later.